I'm Black Octopus Glass. I'm out of Victoria, BC. I'm about to make a carb cap. Let's get at it and start melting some glass. I'm about to make a carb cap for little bangers and everything like that. So it's going to be versatile. So it'll have a flat spot on one side and a little cup on the other side, and it'll have a little rhino nose, so it'll have a little dab stick as well. I'm going to be using green slime, blue slime, maybe a little bit of Illuminati in there, so we'll see it, but might be a little nice added feature. Just cleaning off the rod. Start with a nice fresh little bit of glass here. Myself, preference-wise, I always use a blow hose for glass blowing as it allows me to see what I'm doing. Once I get it nice and even, I want to start coating the glass with whatever base color I want to be using. Almost done the first coat. Now we just gotta kind of melt it in so it's a nice even formation, and you don't want to have it, if it's too uneven, it starts having stress all over the place. So you really want to make sure you bake it in and blow it out, even it out, and make sure it's pretty. I'm going to start putting little windows in it, and they are actually, most people actually end up calling them bitch windows. So for these, you just have to heat up one spot, blow open a nice little hole, then you heat up the other color, and you would just want to coat the interior of that. It'll have a nice ring of Illuminati first, and then we'll blow that open and put this green slime inside. After this, you just want to nicely melt these in. If you keep on blowing it out and retracting it and blowing it out, it actually evens out a lot faster than just keeping it on melting it in. And now once I put the green slime in there, it'll have a ring of Illuminati circling around that circle. So from coloring to end piece, it does take a little while. It's not a fast process. And now I've got the base part of it. I want to use my other torch here. Try and put a nice little hole in there. And lately I've been doing a small directional. What this does, makes a small funnel on the inside so that air can actually get direction where it's going in there. And we're ready to take it off. So I'm going to punty up onto the bottom of it. So it's just a nice small attachment, nice enough that it's going to come off there really easily. Just tear it off just like that. Try to melt it up so you don't leave any really bad cellophane type glass, because if that goes in the air, it's very bad for your health. So since it has wonky edges, it's not so straight, so I'm going to take the shears and I'm actually going to cut some of this off of here. You gotta have it pretty hot when you're doing this, because it's got to be able to go through here nice and softly like butter. That looks pretty good to me. So after this, I'm going to actually flame anneal this a little bit, and then I'm going to put it down and make the arm for this. Flame annealing is making sure that this thing is a nice even temperature and isn't going to crack at all. It makes it so that it can just chill here now. I can make some other pieces, I can bring it back up to temperature, and I can stick something else onto it. So I'm going to make the spike and I'm going to make the arm, and then hopefully all I have to do is attach both of them and they're good to go. I'm just trying to even out the green so that I can layer the blue beside it, and I might actually just use this for the arm and the spike. So I'm just grabbing both of the colors, trying to heat them up enough that they melt together and I can do a nice twist. So if you don't heat it up as much, then you get that nice rope effect. It's really nice, I like it a lot. Since I have the arm and that's what I'm going to be attaching, I want to put this where the horn is going to be. So I'm going to attach a little punty onto here. Since one is hot and one is cold, the cold one will want to actually tap off easier than the hot one. So I'm going to make sure that it's straight when I add the arm, I really want them to be nice and level. Ooh, see? That's what happens when you don't anneal it. We can tell that it uniformly melted on because right at the edges here, it actually comes up and creates a little nice valley there. If it didn't, it would actually have a nice ridge there, and if you tapped it, it might break right off. So once it actually has that nice valley, you know that it's really nice welded on. I'm going to put a nice blue slime horn on the front of this. Exactly what I'm looking for. Make sure that it's straight. Perfect. So now I can finish the end piece. And one of my things that I like to do a little helix on the end of it. So I'm going to finish that spiral on the very end so that it's all nicely peel it off just at the very end of that spiral. Take my tweezers, and so to do the helix, I create a nice little round circle. Got melted in, so I'm going to kind of take it down a little bit more, squish it in. I use my tweezers to actually widen the hole because every time you melt anything, it wants to close. Tag it on the end. It's a nice, simple, slow twist so that none of it touches each cell. Perfect. That off. Make sure that it clears all off there. That's good there. Alright, so warm up the tweezers a little bit so that when I grab the glass it doesn't shock it. So now that these are nice and warm, just make sure that this is going to come off nicely. You don't want it taking off everything, and hopefully it doesn't. There we go, perfect. Then it's finished. We got a nice, really nice carb cap.